And we say that they will get a response within 2 weeks. Now you're pretty fast here. How long does it take you to approve a proposal? Nash. How long does it take to get a response?
Probably more than 1 month.
Okay, that one happened.
Come and visit and...
No. You know how Vitesh usually comes here and he does a meeting and all these people come and they're over.
After the meeting,
No, we're not going to do that anymore. No more meetings. There's no meetings. Why? Because when you meet, like if we're having a meeting here, and I'm very strong and I say I want it like this, after a while she's going to say, oh, we're going to go there. I don't want to have a meeting. I want to know what each one of you thinks individually. And then we add it all together, and that's how we decide. So there's no meetings. I know people love to have meetings here, but we're not going to have a meeting because I don't want to take any more of your time. Does that make sense? Do you want to have a meeting?
No.
Seriously, could you come up and sit up here because it would be much easier for us? That's your language. Okay. Tell them that each rubric is 1 page. So there's 3 rubrics there. You've got a community activity rubric, a school activity rubric, and a community project rubric. So when you get a proposal, the first thing you do is you read it all the way through. You don't write any comments. You don't ask any questions. You just read it all the way through. If you want to make comments on your own pad of paper, that's okay. But on the proposal itself, no. You just read it. But basically, in the area of readiness, 4 is the best you can do. It's the perfect proposal in terms of readiness. They've addressed it beautifully. If you were to write a comment for a proposal that has a perfect readiness score, these are probably the words that you would use. 3 is good. It's not perfect, but it's good. 2, not so good. It's not terrible, but it's not bad. 1, it's not good. There's no 0 score, so 1 is pretty bad. Okay? Well, they didn't have any meetings. There were no meetings. I just talked to one guy. Because they didn't have a meeting, you have to go down here. And you may say, well, it did everything else. No, I'm sorry. If it doesn't meet all the criteria in this box, you have to go down to the next score. And you just keep doing that until you get to a box that describes what the proposal has. Does that make sense? You go through all the areas. Now, the only one that's a little different is budget and number. They cannot get 1 in budget and number and get a successful application. Everything else, if they have 1 somewhere, usually it works itself out and they can still get approved. But budget and number, if they have a 1, that means their numbers are all mixed up. And if they want money, they got to fix it. Because we can't give them money if they don't even know how much money they want or what they want it for. So everything else, they can get any score at all and still possibly get a good application or a successful application. But budget, if they don't have that figured out, we cannot fund them until they do that part. Wait, listen. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to read the proposal all the way through. Don't look at the rubric yet. Don't look at the rubric yet. Read it all the way through. When you finish, take the rubric and give it a score right on the sheet. But make sure you have the right rubric. Remember, this is a school activity, so make sure you're using the school activity rubric. Give it a score, add it up, and then we'll have the discussion. So go ahead. All right, readiness. What did you give it? What score? 2 for readiness. Okay. In the red. 2. Okay.
1.
1. I'm going to go all in the back row.
1.
1.
1.
2.
4.
4.
3.
3.
3. 4.
4. If this was all 2s and 1s, I would say we're pretty much in agreement. But there are 2 3s here. 1 and 3, it's a big difference. So I want my 3 to tell one of my 1s why you gave it a 3. So tell the person right next to you. You can say it in Sinhalese. Tell her why you gave it a 3. And tell her. Tell each other why you gave it your scores. Everyone's giving me the peace sign. 2. 2. Stakeholder community? 1. 2. 2. 1. 1. She's going to see it now. 2. And I gave it a 1. And I have to say we're pretty much in agreement. 1 and 2 are pretty close. So normally I wouldn't ask you to explain it, but now I want you to explain why you gave it a 2. And at least one way in which the school community will positively change. How will it change? Does it say the school will be clean?
And happy.
And happy.
Yes.
That's why I gave it a 3.
Oh.
Why'd you give it a 1? You tell me. Go ahead.
Yeah, in the meeting,
Yes?
all the staff was there.
How do you know?
It's mentioned.
Okay. That's good. I want to make sure you tell that. Yes.
Staff at a meeting, it is mentioned here.
Yes.
No students, no parents, no representatives.
No representation of majority. That's
So
all.
how they are going to plan the activity, because students are the resource and
Yes.
students are going to implement this.
Yes.
Without them, how can we just plan that? How can we conduct the meeting?
That's
They must
right.
be the
Actually happen. Do they even talk about how they did assess that? Because you're right. They do
But
have
here
it.
it's saying the clean of the school we can see only with looking at the school.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's mentioned here. So that we can look at the school and see how clean it is. Except there's no way to see it.
You can keep your 2. I'm going to stick with my 1.
There are two overall goals. The students will be in the school grounds together, and the students will have a healthy school. Healthy school is the secondary step, secondary goal. The preliminary level goal is students will clean the school grounds together.
How do I know that just that one student hasn't done it all? How do I know that all 800 kids did it?
Sorry.
How do I know that everybody's taken part? How do I know it hasn't just been like one class of students and everyone else sat around and made rotis? You have to sit there and explain, well, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. Now, all you do is turn to the rubric and say, this is why. Look, you got a 1 on this. If you want to do well, you have to make sure you answer all of these in 4. Ooh, you got a 1 on sustainability. You have to make sure you do all this in number 4. So you don't have to spend hours explaining anymore. All you do is tell them to look at the rubrics.
Nancy.
Yes?
However, this project proposal was rejected. After make some changes
Of activity or proposal?
in the proposal
Yes.
about the activity.
Yes?
If we can
Resubmit
re-forward
it?
it.
Of course. Of course. Yes.
and at the last point in the sustainability, we just identified there was a point what could happen to those materials.
Yes.
So there is a problem.
Yeah.
So without clarifying that, we can't just approve them.
Why not?
So before putting the marks
Yes?
or just before giving the approval,
You can ask
we
them
must
to
clarify
address it.
that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Okay, so when someone comes in to have a proposal filled out, you give them a blank application, you give them a blank rubric set, a whole set of rubrics, and a set of the guidelines. So they know the rules, they know how it's going to be evaluated, and they know the process. Any questions? You've asked really good questions today, I have to say. Overall branch. No, you're all tired and hungry. So thank you for your time, I appreciate it, and thank you to my translators, thank you very much. And if you need any help around the time of evaluations, let me know, I have my card here if you need it, okay? Thank you. Thank you.